Oh, fuck yeah. You weren't going to do the fucking sponsor?
Well, I am, but like, are you going to say, like, welcome back to Podcast the Hero? Like you always do on every episode? Is that like the part where you forgot about? This episode is brought to you by Pills. Do you have a mental health condition, a physical condition? Are you going to a party? Pills.
Oh, fuck yeah. Pills is good. Today's guest was born in Peekskill, New York in 1952. He had a delightful, if not ordinary, childhood, and by the 70s he found himself seriously invested in improvisational comedy. He joined the Groundling Theater and thrilled audiences with his zany and hilarious characters. It wasn't long before he inked several movie deals and even landed his very own TV show. He was on top of the world in the 80s, but the 90s hit him like a ton of bricks. In 1991, he was arrested for masturbating his penis in an adult movie theater in Sarasota, Florida. After this, his career never really recovered. He had very little work until his untimely demise just this year. Our guest today is Peej, don't call me Peej Edwards, from the Punk Rock Factory. How are you doing, Peej?
How did you know all that?
Well, it's an educated guess.
Shit. I'm very good, man.
But that was all accurate information about Paul Rubens, who is not you.
That's not me. It's not me.
No. I mean, it would be great to be Pee Wee Herman with the exception of getting caught fucking jerking off and getting arrested.
That's not even that bad.
No.
Let's be honest. It's not that bad.
I mean, it could be worse.
What are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do in a fucking porno theater?
Yeah, 100%. It's not like...
you're going to arrest a guy for jerking off to a fucking porno?
It's asking for trouble,
What does this world come to?
It's asking for trouble.
Yeah. So, Peej, what is Peej short for? I imagine it's short for something.
So, my initials are PJ. So, when I was a kid, everyone called me PJ. And then it got and that got abbreviated into Peej, which is actually longer to spell than PJ. So... That's awesome. That's where that came from.
Absolutely awesome.
That's kind of how it goes, right?
Yeah, man.
Chody, cheese, all those things are longer than Rody.
Yep.
That's true. Yeah. So you guys have been fucking killing it, man.
It's going well, man. It's going really well.
Yeah, you festivals all summer long?
Yeah, we did. We done a couple of big ones. We done Slam Dunk, Italy. So we played with like Simple Plan and Bowling for Soup and stuff. That was pretty sick. We did Download this year as well.
That's a pretty fucking big festival.
It was class, man. It was class. Yeah. We did one of the tent stages, and it was about 10,000 cap in the tent, and there was so many people outside, no one could get near the tent. It was
that's amazing.
It was ridiculous, man. It was wild.
Did you ever fucking think that, like, that's the dumbest question. Did you ever think that fucking covering punk rock tunes would explode you like this? No, of course not.
Absolutely not.
Of course it did.
So wild, man. So wild. And you've been there from the start, bro. You're like the fifth member, like.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
See, that's the stuff I want to know. Like, how did you guys rope Rody into this? And how did... Like, was there any bribery on his part to, like, take part in it? Did he, like, send you a bunch of, like, a case of ham? And was like, can I please? I want to sing on one of your songs, please.
Loads of send us Canadian stuff. We want it. I don't really remember. Because I remember it was around, like, when we did that Taylor Swift cover of when we first kind of started out, wasn't it? I wasn't it like on Twitter or something, maybe?
Yeah, Benj just sent me a message on Twitter and was like, yo, check out this cover we did. And I checked it out. I was like, this fucking rules. And then every time you guys put out a single, he sent it to me. And I was just like, oh, fuck yes. Like, I remember specifically the Carly Rae Jepsen cover. Oh, yeah. I didn't even know that song. Like, I'd never even fucking heard that song before. And he sent it to me, and I was just, like, immediately all about it. And I watched that video today. It's fucking hilarious seeing, like, you guys then versus you guys now.
Bro, it's mental. We're, like, completely different people. Absolutely bizarre.
I was fucking laughing at Benj in the video. Man, he looks so different.
I know, right? So wild. So mad. Like, that that was like us starting out. You know, it was just us, just chilling in our mate's studio on a Monday night and just having a laugh and chucking some tracks together and chucking them on YouTube, and they got about 3 views over the space of about 3 months. You know, and
that's fucking...
2 of them were Rody, like.
Oh yeah. Now, did the traction start to pick up with TikTok, or did it pick up on YouTube?
It was. Do you know what, man? It was COVID, and TikTok was what did it for us. You know, because of how we work, we can work remotely, and you know, I'll do vocals at home. Our studio is actually in Cobb's garden. We had a studio built in his garden. Stead can do stuff from home. Benj can work from home. So during COVID, that was just when TikTok was kind of kicking off. So we had done an album just before COVID, and it was the one the Bat Out of Hell was on. And
right, yeah.
And we did Just Can't Wait to Be King on it, and we put Just Can't Wait to Be King on TikTok, and it went mental. It had like 1 million views on TikTok in like over like a day or two. And we thought, Disney? There's something in this then. People seem to like Disney. And so we thought, right, we'll do a couple of Disney tracks, and that kind of escalated. And Benj kind of looked into it, and no one band had done a kind of punk Disney album. There's always been like the compilations and stuff, and the kind of pop goes punk stuff, or Disney goes punk stuff. And but nobody had done an album. So, and because everyone was at home not doing anything, including every musician in the world, you know. So we just got on Instagram. We just messaged a load of people, and you know, pulled in all these people. And I think Jarrett was like the first person to agree from Bone for Soup, and because I think he followed us on TikTok. He'd seen the Just Can't Wait to Be King cover, and he'd followed us and commented. So we were like jumping on a track, Paul.
And now you guys are like boys with him, yeah?
Yeah, it's weird, man. Like we show up to festivals and they're there and we just hang out, and it's bizarre, like absolutely bizarre. It's like 15-year-old me listening to Girl All the Bad Guys Want, just thinking this is fucking mental.
Yeah. He's an interesting cat, man. Like I've been I follow him on TikTok, and he's very cool. Like I know what he does with Bowling for Soup, and like that's okay. I don't personally love it, but he did a cover of Skid Row the other day.
Oh,
and his impression, like his like vocalization of Sebastian Bach was fucking so good. It was like fucked up. I was like, how can you do this, man? He's gone.
He left.
He didn't like that I didn't
he
like.
You said Bowling for Soup is not. It's not like my favorite. And he was like,
He's like,
I'm out.
Yeah, peace. How dare you talk
Don't
about my
ever,
guy that way?
I can't be associated with you guys.
I was like, he's kind of your boy, eh? And he was like, yeah. And then I was like, fuck that guy. That's not how I feel at all. I think
100%. You told me
I think he's
before
really
the show.
cool.
You told me before
he wrote
the show
the
you
theme
hate
song to fucking Phineas and Ferb, which Punk Rock Factory covered.
Yeah.
I think he's an interesting person, and we'll get Peej back here, and
Yeah,
he'll
be
answer
back.
some of these hard-hitting questions.
And we can also. Oh, yeah, here he comes.
Hey, Peej.
Hey!
That's okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, but we thought you left because I was insulting Jarrett Reddick. I wasn't actually insulting him. I just said, like, I'm not a huge Bowling for Soup guy, but I really like him. I think he's fucking cool as shit. Yeah.
Oh, he's great, man. Do you know what? All of them, man. They're such nice guys. They're so nice. Like, we didn't really hang out with Gary much, the drummer. And then when we did Slam Dunk in Italy, we ended up on their tour bus. And we were having a drink with them, and it was just us and Gary. And what a nice guy! Like, what a proper like down to earth.
Oh hell yeah,
stand up guy.
That's so great because that's like such a different experience than what I've had. Like, especially with protest, is like everybody in protest is a huge dick.
Yeah,
and like so just self-involved and hates everyone. It's a very different dynamic. I wish that I had like a more friendly relationship with the band. You know.
Well, I mean, part of that comes from you being a total fucking piece of shit.
It's 100% true. So like, what is it like? So pop punk musical theater, like you just did this musical theater tribute record not too long ago. Like, what is it the hooks? Is that like why they go so good together? Because like musical theater is like real hooky, right? That's the whole thing. And pop punk is all about the hooks.
Absolutely.
Like, is that it? Yeah.
It's the big choruses, isn't it? It's the lift on that chorus, like every time. And we've come across it on so many tracks that we've tried doing, whether it's kind of old tracks or pop or sort of more current pop tracks. If they haven't got that lift for the chorus, it's boring, man. Like people, it just you've got to have that step up. And the good thing about the Disney stuff and musical theater stuff is there's always a fucking key change, man.
Yeah.
I was listening to the Broadway
like,
one this morning, and they're like, the songs you picked are fucking perfect, awesome. But like a lot of them are female singers, and they have that key change, right? Like Defying Gravity, going up that fucking shit, or Fontaine's backstory from Les Mis, like that. Like there are huge fucking notes in that. Did you change the key? You must have changed the key because it's like Idina Menzel is gonna. It's too high. It's too high, right?
Right.
Yeah.
100%, bro. 100%. Like, we adjust the key on everything. When we first started out, we were always trying to do everything in the same key, and then I quickly realized that I can't
disagree.
Yeah. So everything's coming down. Everything comes down. But yeah, I tend to sit with the tracks for a while and just sit with Logic and just transpose them and find what works and go from there.
It's super ambitious to go for some of that shit. Yeah. Like even lowering the keys, like there's such like vast range, especially in those two songs that I mentioned, that it's like you got to cover it no matter where you fucking move the key to. It's gonna make you jump.
Yep.
Right.
Oh, we've just we're at the minute we're just starting this cycle now where we're putting out a track every week. We're doing we're putting out a new track every Friday. We're gonna hammer this now until we go on tour now in October. And I just yesterday I did vocals for an Olivia Rodrigo one, Vampire, and holy shit, man! Like the verse is down here at the end, and it just does this, and then by the end of the chorus, it's ridiculous. So trying to work out a key that would
too
work
low,
louder and not either singing bass
that's
singing.
The fucked up part about songs
crazy.
Like that is it's like start too high, you're gonna end up sounding like a shrill moron when you get up there. Yeah. But you can only move it down, especially for myself. I don't know about you, but like I can't sing that low, so it's like I end up getting down to this range, and I can't do it. I really just, it becomes nothing. So it's like that's a really tricky thing you're figuring out.
Yeah,
you know?
It's weird, isn't it? I mean, you've got a sick range though, because you can get high as shit, man. Some of the stuff
it's just screechy stuff.
It's ridiculous, like absolutely ridiculous. At least you can get there, man. You're kind of up here, and I've got this kind of limited kind of. I don't
know. You have this really interesting like. When you get higher, and these are the moments that I really love, is like there are some kind of really high notes within your shit, but it's like really distorted and like it's not guttural, but it's and it's like it sounds so fucking awesome. Like it's just like this. I always love high vocals that are like gritty and have like power to them, because a lot of people I find when they sing high, people think it's higher than it is because they're just like living up in their nose and it's clean, it's going beep, 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 beep. But there's singers like yourself,
it gets thinner, everything. It's hard to put a lot of power behind it because you can't move as much air.
It is.
Yeah.
But then there's singers like yourself. That's the only way I can get up there. If I just got to get louder, essentially. That's the same thing for me. Like I know like a lot of like vocal teachers are like, oh, you know, you don't, pitch and volume aren't necessarily intertwined. On sometimes they fucking are. But like that, I really love that about your voice. When you go up there, you don't thin out. Like if anything, it gets like richer, and that's like to me, that's what I'm looking for. You know, like, I'm not looking for someone.
Like I grew up listening to Every Time I Die, The Bronx, or even Dave Grohl just giving it the fucking beans. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of vocal that I love. Like,
which there's a lot of fucking cover bands on YouTube. You know what I mean? And I don't want this to sound like I'm being like, how do you guys stand out from the pack? But how do you do it? Like, I know how you guys stand out to me, but how do you?
Well, I think the thing that we kind of appeal to is like it's the nostalgia of a lot of the stuff we do, like with the TV stuff or the Disney stuff, and it's the guilty pleasures. Like we talk about guilty pleasures quite a lot, and it tends to be a lot of that stuff. But like parents, but the people our age that have got kids, you know, who want to listen to the Frozen soundtrack and stuff, and those
not for the 300th time in the last month.
And exactly, and to be able to listen to it in a style that they would normally listen to, it's fucking great, man. It's like whenever we tour, whenever we're playing shows, like the amount of people that come up to us and they're like, you made me bond with my kid over music and stuff. It's like, that's fucking sick, man. I mean, like my kids are like 11 and 13 now, so I'm kind of past that. But if that kind of shit was kicking about when my daughter was like 3 or 4, I would have been
greatest,
fucking
man.
loving
Like,
it.
I was listening to it in my headphones while I was working out at my home gym, and my nieces and my son were downstairs. I was like, fuck it, I'm putting it over the speakers, and they were just like overjoyed. You know what I mean? So it was awesome.
That's so cool.
But yeah, there's a lot of bands on YouTube, and I would like, fuck, I have questions for you, but more than that, I just have so many statements to make at you. But it stands out to me because it clearly, and I could be wrong with this, it has influence from the like skate punk of the like 90s and 2000s, whereas like a lot of the other stuff, it's like punk shit, and it's like sounds kind of like metalcore. You know what I mean? And then it also has people singing in that really like kind of what I was talking about earlier, where like they're going high but they're fucking thin, and it's like, God, it doesn't have any fucking personality to it, whereas what you do has a whole lot of fucking character.
Do you know what? Like, it's you are right. Like the skate punk thing, 100%. Like that's where we've all kind of stemmed from. Like late 90s, early 2000s skate punk, like all that. Stead, he's a bit of a metalhead. Like he loves the heavy stuff, and he loves Metallica. And again, like I said, I'm kind of on that kind of almost like hardcore stuff with Every Time I Die. Just the kind of ballsy rock and roll stuff. And it's that kind of skate punk, but with some extra bollocks in it, you know, from the metal and the.
It's great that Stead has that sort of element to it, because it's like a lot of those songs, when you speed them up, the riffs therein become like fucking super fast and tricky, and like shreddy and shit, right? And,
I'm sure.
I was talking to Stead. He's a big musical theater guy. Yeah, like,
he is, yeah.
Is that where some of the influence for the musical theater record comes from?
Yeah, a little bit. He was on the first records we did. The Greatest Show, and that's like one of his favorite musicals. He wanted to do that, and he always wanted to do Rewrite the Stars, from the same show. But the thing was, the musical thing kind of came around because we were ending up down this kind of themed album route. We did Disney, and then we did like 90s retro TV stuff, and then we did Disney again, obviously. And then what did we do then? Oh, we did Seen This, which was kind of like the early 2000s kind of stuff that everyone knows, Papa Roach and all that. And yeah, we did, like, musicals was a kind of theme that we always knew we were going to end up doing at some point. It was just getting the time and, you know, the chance to do it. And it just felt right. It just felt right to get it done then, because we had a bit of time, because we were actually supposed to be touring the US last year.
Oh, really?
And we had issues with visas and stuff because there was delays with the visas. So we weren't going to get the visas in time. So we had to pull the tour. And the time that we were supposed to be in America, we actually ended up recording the musicals album. So, you know,
America's loss is our game. I love the musical album. I think the song choices are really good. I think it would have been funny if you chose from Hamilton. The choice is obvious because it's predominantly singing, but the musical is predominantly rap.
It is. It
would have been a very interesting choice to do a rap song instead.
You know what? The amount of times we considered rap, I think the closest I've got is we did Rollin' on Seen This.
Oh yeah,
and I think that was my rap debut, and my retirement. My rap retirement.
You also did the fucking the Maui part in Kid. Honestly, I can go on and on. I can explain every natural phenomenon like that. That is so fucking fast and ridiculous. And I'm sure there's a little comping here and there because there's not a breath in it, right? But like
little bit of comping.
I would call that rap.
We play that live every night though. That it goes off that on that show.
Oh, I'm sure.
On that song on every show. Like,
do you have to throw to the audience at any point, like while you're doing the rap?
Do you know what? I've got it.
Oh wow!
Nailed.
That's awesome.
So
we always make a thing of that part of the song. You know, we break it down and it's just drums for ages, and I get a mic and I'm in the crowd and we have a bit of a fuck about it. We had a marriage proposal in the middle of it the one night on tour a few months back. So I was in the crowd and she proposed to her partner.
Okay.
And it was sick, man. It was class. Like we had it filmed and we had a little PRF marriage proposal and
then obviously, I forgot. Oh, you forgot the lyrics?
No, I just forgot what I was doing. And I got back on stage and thought we'd already finished the song. I got so distracted. I was like, what's next? And they just looked at me like, finish the fucking song, bro. Like, oh, shit. Yeah, of course.
So obviously the answer was yes?
It was. Wow. Could you imagine if it wasn't?
That's what I wanted. I know, like, honestly, like, that's so much more exciting.
I know, right?
Isn't it? Like, you'd be like, oh, fuck, start the song. Kick them out. Like, that's what I would do. If there was a failed marriage proposal, I'd have the security come and fucking take both of them out of there.
Yeah.
Get rid of these motherfuckers. It's the worst night of their lives. Fuck them.
That'd be fucking brilliant.
Did you like, so I started I love musical theater. I know Rody loves musical theater. Did you come to musical theater? Like my start was clearly the Disney films, like the musical Disney princess movies that my mom bought every one of the VHS tapes when like Disney released them from their vault.
Oh, right.
You know?
Yeah.
And then from there it went from like that into like actual musicals and stuff like that. And I got into, you know, singing myself and doing musical theater myself and stuff like that. So did you come to musicals from Disney first, or did you get to Disney like from kids and whatever and musical theater first?
To be honest, for me, the musical theater thing was never a thing. Like, I was never a big fan of it. Mm-hmm. The Disney stuff, like, I got an older sister, so she was all over that when I was a kid. So I was kind of had Disney drilled into me when I was a kid. And obviously, I've got kids. I got a daughter who absolutely hammered anything Disney and anything sort of Disney princess. So, you know, the Disney stuff has always been there. But no, the musical stuff, I only really started listening to it when we did the album. Like, some of those songs I'd never fucking heard before, man. I never really got into it, and there was a couple that I was listening to, and I was like we just kind of structure them out, and Cobble just put some MIDI drums, speed the track up and put some MIDI drums over it, and we all kind of vibe off it and work out what we're doing. And there was some of them that I listened to. I was like, this is shit, man. These songs are terrible. I'm not a fan. Like, I remember You'll Be Back. I was like, is this any good? Is this going to be all right? And then Stead sent me a bounce of it where he chucked some rough guitars over it. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. That's all right.
That's funny.
Yeah, I went through a phase where Les Mis was my entire life for like a good like year and a half in middle school. Like, read the book, had seen it live a couple of times, and just was like super obsessed with it. And then in high school, I went through a phase where like Rent was my entire life, and so I just curious if like you had the same thing because you guys did this whole record. But
yeah.
Now that you've done it, now you're gonna get into it, and I'm sorry for that. But you're gonna start listening to like original cast recordings, and it's gonna ruin you. So bummer for you.
Yeah, Colm Wilkinson is about to be your boy.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I've only ever seen 2 musicals, and they were within the last like year or two. I saw the School of Rock musical. That was fun.
Yeah.
And but me and the missus went to New York, and we watched Jersey Boys on Broadway.
Oh, yeah.
And that was sick, man.
Right.
Like, that was great. Like, I think for me, just because that was kind of real, I kind of loved that. And obviously, they're like, oh shit, I didn't realize they did this song. Oh yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Now, have you seen the Clint Eastwood directed movie adaptation of Jersey Boys?
No, but I'm gonna.
Dead serious. I went on a fucking tour one time of Europe, and it was the only movie I had on my iPad, and I watched it like 15 times, and I didn't even like it. I didn't like it the first time I saw it. I just didn't have anything else to do. Yeah,
it's not fucking brilliant.
It's not very good to me.
I'm gonna have to watch it now, though. You know that.
Oh yeah.
I'll let you know what I think.
So when did you discover that Cobb could do an immaculate impression of Rowan Atkinson?
Oh, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
It's really good.
It's so good. It was. Do you know what? He played it off so cool. Like, we were doing the track, and he was like, "I'll do those parts. I'll do those parts." We were like, "All right, yeah, that's cool, man." And he got in the vocal booth. Like, none of us had heard it before. And he knew he didn't even need the fucking words. He knew the words off by heart. He just went in the vocal booth and just chucked it out. And we were like, what the fuck just happened in there? And he's in there, and he's giving it all the actions and everything as well. Like, oh my God.
He sounds exactly like that fucking bird.
So good. So good. We do you know what? We don't play it live. And we're hoping now, because we're on tour now, October, November. That's one that we want to put in the set. So if he can drum and do those vocals,
I think it's time the true or not. I love it, dude. It's so funny.
It's so good, so funny, man. I hope we can pull that off live. If he can play punk drums and do that vocal at the same time, that's gonna be class.
Yeah. So I got a serious question, and you do not have to be specific because it's about money.
Okay.
When you obviously when you put the songs up for streaming, you have to pay a royalty to the owner. Mm-hmm. Does it work the same way with YouTube?
I'm not sure. I don't deal with the YouTube side of things. I stick clear of that.
Okay, or TikTok, for instance. I
mean, TikTok. I don't think we don't see much from TikTok, to be honest. We see very little.
Okay.
When it comes to the distribution for streaming and stuff, it's like before we see any money, all the original artists and writers and singers and stuff, they get their money before we see a penny. So we don't have to worry about that. I'm assuming it's the same.
That's all done through that's all done through an aggregate or whatever you put the music on.
Yeah. We use a company called DistroKid at the minute. So like when everything gets uploaded, the original composers and artists and stuff get put in there, and we don't owe them anything. They get their money before we see anything. So
cool. Yeah.
Pretty simple.
It's very simple. Yeah, I think DistroKid are one of few that actually does that.
Yeah,
right? Like,
it is, yeah.
I think if you went through one of the other ones, you'd have to figure it out yourself. Which
like we were using TuneCore for a while, and that was like with TuneCore, you could in theory put them up as your own songs and take all the money.
Yeah.
And then just get fucked afterwards. But
like if you get caught.
We're not about that. We don't need Mickey Mouse knocking on our fucking door. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Mickey Mouse is not an enemy you want.
Absolutely not.
That's fucking funny.
Who does like when you? So your videos are fucking unbelievable.
Oh
like they're so fucking good.
And like, have recently taken a fucking step.
Right. How do you like? Is that a you guys thing? Do you have like a video production guy that's like, all right, this is the idea, or do you guys do that all in house?
Well, in regards to the ideas for the videos, whether it's like the silly ones that we do, like the silly funny videos, or whether it's the more serious stuff, that's all us. That's all our.
Yep.
We sit in a room. One person will come up with one stupid idea, and then 20 minutes later, it's snowballed into something fucking ridiculous. Usually, but like most of the filming is done by Cobb's partner Beck. She does does all our photography and all the videography, and then between Cobb and Beck, then they edit the videos, and it's pretty much all us.
That's awesome.
It's like all in house.
The newer ones, like Defying Gravity and You'll Be Back, we did use a different company for those. We kind of upscaled a little bit and brought some people in. But to be honest, like we spent a lot of money on those videos, and like they look banging. They're
incredible. Yeah,
but they haven't really added anything for us,
right?
Like in terms of views or exposure or anything like that. They didn't really have the desired effect. Like the videos look amazing. Like you can't take away from them. They looked amazing. But what we were kind of hoping we would get off the back end of them, we didn't really. So we'll probably just continue down the DIY route, really.
Yeah, it's interesting because I was gonna ask, like, you took that step to that next level of like, they're just like full on professional music videos, right? And I was gonna say, like, where's the next step? But it seems like the next step is actually a step backward.
Yeah, a little bit, man. A little bit. Like, it's weird because for so long now, everything PRF has just been the four of us, and our partners. Like my partner, she's like a hair and makeup fucking expert. So like video shoots, she's always there doing our makeup and doing our hair and shit. And like I said, Cobb's partner's always doing the filming and the photos and stuff. So we're such a like insular unit, and we keep it all together. And it was cool to kind of outsource the videos and try that, because we with the musicals album, we put so much time and effort into that album, and we ended up, because like Benj does all the mixing still for all the tracks, but we did outsource for mastering for the musicals album. So we dropped some money on that, and then we dropped money on the videos. And will we do it again? Probably not, because
that's interesting.
The mastering on it doesn't really sound that much different than what we were doing anyway. Yeah. And the videos didn't really add a huge amount, to be honest. So we'll just save our money, I think.
Well, I think
it's interesting to go out and learn that it's like what we were doing before was as good, if not better.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So so two things with that, right? It's a testament to the skill that you've got in-house of being able to mix and master those things at a pretty professional level, right? And then the DIY nature, I think, of the older videos, I think gives it a bit of a more personal touch. Right? Yeah, like I definitely connected to like those videos for sure. Like all the videos are great, don't get me wrong, but like there's that sort of personal touch with the DIY videos. It's like it feels more personal. It feels more like a.
I get that.
You know,
like who doesn't love watching their favorite bands like behind the scenes videos?
Oh yeah.
And then like just a compilation of them pissing about in the studio. Do you know what I mean? Like,
oh fuck yeah,
that's what people want to see, man. Like the Post Malone one that we just put out last week. We did a lyric video for it, but the video itself is just a compilation of video clips from our festival season. Do you know what I mean? And it's just fun, man. Like, watch it and. It's just us having a fucking wicked time on stages in front of loads of people and just living our best life. Like, that's the shit people want to see, isn't it?
That definitely feels like it used to be more popular thing to do, like sort of tour blog kind of thing. And maybe I just don't have my ear to the ground, but it feels like it's gone away.
Yeah,
but I hope it comes back.
Yeah, I agree. I love that shit. And you know, Beck comes on the road with us as well whenever we're touring and stuff. So she's always there. She's always doing photos and videos while we're on stage. So then the next morning, she can put together a little sum up from the night before that we post then the next day, and we do that every day of the tour. Then, like, I love that shit.
Oh fuck yeah!
I hope other people like watching it because that's the sort of shit that we enjoy watching. So yeah, it is cool, isn't it?
Like, I think about it might have been different because they were just a town over, but Sum 41 had this like EPK, right, electronic press kit, and it was just them like ordering pizzas, and like when they'd arrive they'd fucking like shoot the guy with water guns and steal the pizzas and like all sorts of shit like that. And like people used to get together on the weekend and be like, I know what we're doing this weekend, we're watching this fucking shit, you know?
That's fucking class, yeah.
Yeah, and it was just like, the music was in the background, but like just watching the dudes fuck around. And I love it. Man.
That's the fun shit.
Hell yeah.
That's so like I think that's also the thing about most skate videos, right? It's you get to see sort of the 5 attempts before they nail the trick of them wiping out whatever, and then you see him nail the trick, and you kind of get to see how the sausage gets made, right? Everybody likes as much as people say you don't want to see how nobody wants to see how everybody likes seeing how the sausage is made.
Now you're talking about Elvis Stoico and the figure skating
videos.
Yeah, I was very concerned that he wasn't going to ever land that triple sow cow, but eventually he did.
So okay, I have so your label is the Sausage Factory. Sausage plays a very prominent role in much of your branding and videos and all kinds of stuff. So I thought I would ask you some trivia questions about another person who really likes sausage, and that's Tom Green.
Okay.
Oh.
So
that's a long walk back to the car, Fritzy.
Yeah, I know it. But like, as soon as I saw it, all I could think of was, "Daddy, would you like some sausage?"
Yeah,
and,
one of my favorite tunes of all time.
Me too. So, Tom Green had a short career as a rapper. What was the name of his rap group? And I'll give you choices. His rap group, was it A, Brass Monk, B, Project Waze, C, Organized Rhyme, or D, Stink Mitt?
I'm going to go for C just because I like it.
Organized Rhyme? That is correct.
I like it.
And in fact...
Yeah!
Check the OR. You like it so far?
They were nominated for Juno in '93 for Best Rap Recording.
It was fucking huge in Canada.
No
it
way.
Was huge.
That's amazing. That's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, number 2. Freddie Got Fingered has a different title in French, which translates to what? A, Freddie was molested. B, someone touched Freddie's bum. C, Freddie and the Touchy Fingers. Or D, go and fuck yourself, Freddie.
The French are wild, man. It could be D.
I so want it to be D.
It's D.
Yeah.
It's D.
Fucking brilliant.
Go and fuck yourself, Freddy.
Like, that's someone just sitting in a French boardroom somewhere being like, I don't fucking care.
Where's the wine?
All right. Which one of these was not a media response to the film Freddy Got Fingered? A, you could say that this was the second worst thing to happen in 2001. B, this movie doesn't scrape the bottom of the barrel. This movie isn't the bottom of the barrel. This movie isn't below the bottom of the barrel. This movie doesn't deserve to be mentioned in the same sentence with barrels.
Wow.
C, a major news outlet created a negative star system for the film. So like 1 star, 2 star. No, they created negative stars for rating the film. Or D, Gene Siskel said it made him want to quit reviewing films.
Well, before I answer,
Yeah.
I want to say they're all fucking wrong.
I agree too.
I
I
agree
love
with
that
you.
fucking movie.
It's a fucking awesome movie.
That film is fucking brilliant. I still quote it now. Like, it's
All the time.
fucking brilliant.
I use it. I have a
It's
drop
so
on
good.
my stream all the time now, still on Twitch, that plays the "Daddy, would you like some sausages?" all the time.
It's fucking good.
It's the best.
The amount of times when I was 28, I would give it. I'm a 28-year-old man. I can eat a chicken sandwich if I want. It's fucking brilliant. I fucking love that film.
It's wild to think how hated it
Right?
was.
Yeah.
So which
Savage.
one of those things was not real?
Was not
Yeah.
real. Oh, okay. I really like the barrel one, so I hope it's not that. I like that. I don't know, man. It's probably that one. I'm
Yeah,
gonna say B.
I think Fritzy made that one up because it's real nice.
The real answer is the one that's not real is Gene Siskel saying it made him want to quit reviewing films. So
You're such a good liar.
Red Letter Media actually said you could say that this was the second worst thing to happen in 2001. The
funny.
bottom of the barrel was the review by Roger Ebert, famous film critic in the States, and the negative star system was created by the Toronto Star.
Oh, wow. It would have been funnier if Red Letter Media said this was the worst thing to happen in 2001. Easily.
So 2 out of 3, that's not bad. Good job.
Ah, I'll take that.
Was that the
Yeah,
game?
that's it. That's a game.
I have a
like
game
it.
as well. This is the very first time I've ever created a game.
Rody's never done this before. This is...
Now,
I'm scared to
here's
death.
the thing. It needs some explanation. Okay, you have recently lost a considerable sum of weight. Yes?
I have.
Now, I think you were beautiful before, but now you could possibly be mistaken for one Josh Duhamel. You familiar with the actor Josh Duhamel?
Joe, what? Bear with me.
Well, don't look him up. Don't look him up.
Okay, I won't.
Because here's the thing. There's a lot of actors that people think are Josh Duhamel.
Yeah, there are.
And this game is called Which Josh Duhamel Am I
That
thinking
was fucking
of?
close.
I know the answers to these.
So I'm going to name 3 movies, which this character, which I think is Josh Duhamel, stars in, and you have to correctly identify what Josh Duhamel it is. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
One of them is Josh Duhamel.
Okay.
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 Josh Duhamel, number 1. He was in 27 Dresses, Enchanted, and most of the X-Men movies. Any ideas?
No.
Now, here's a little extra. He was also in a short movie called Taco Bell Nacho Fries Retrieval. Does that help at all?
No. Not
It's
at all.
the Josh Duhamel.
It is a Josh Duhamel, but this Josh Duhamel is, in fact, James Marsden. And I watched that Taco Bell short film before we spoke here. It's fucking sick. It's awesome. Okay, next, Josh Duhamel. He was in mostly television shows, including Santa Clarita Diet, The Office. He plays a very small role in The Office, the American Office, and a show called Justified, in which he's the lead.
I know which Josh Duhamel this one is for sure.
You do?
Yes.
I aside from the U.S. Office, where he had a tiny role, I don't know the other shows.
Did you see Deadwood?
Oh, was he in
No.
Deadwood?
Oh, yeah.
Go on.
What is he, Fritzy?
Timothy Oliphant.
Timothy Oliphant. That's right.
Yep.
Excellent. Well played.
Okay, our third Josh Duhamel was in movie 43, which is a real dandy. If you haven't seen it, fucking don't. He was in a couple Transformers movies, Jupiter's Legacy, and Taco Bell's Web of Fries, and Taco Bell's Web of Fries 2 Franchise Wars.
This is not a good round for me.
This is actually probably the least famous Josh Duhamel of all the Josh Duhamels.
Is this the one? Was this Josh Duhamel in The Girl Next Door? The
Maybe? This is actually Josh Duhamel.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
He is the least
The
famous
real
Josh
one.
Duhamel.
That's the real one.
That's the real one.
Yeah.
Can I Google
Now
it
for-
now?
Yes.
Now for our
wanna
fourth
know
and
this.
final
Oh no, you have a
Josh
fourth
Duhamel.
Josh
Oh,
Duhamel.
you got a fourth one.
Oh,
Hang
yes.
on. Whoa. I'm not looking.
That's okay. You can look at Josh Duhamel. He's gone. This fellow was mostly a TV actor. He was in the OC. He's Commissioner Gordon in Gotham. And he was in a show called Judy Greer is the Best Friend.
Oh, it's he's super into crypto.
Yeah, he's super against crypto, I think.
Right. Yeah.
He's-
he like wrote a book recently, and he's like
About how it's a fucking Ponzi scheme for rich people to fuck over
Yeah.
everyone else.
Yeah. I know who it is.
It's Ben McKenzie.
Ben McKenzie.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? That's been, which Josh Duhamel am I thinking of?
It's a great fucking round. I like that.
Now, I gotta say, though, these, I'll share my screen because I think you guys need to see this.
Do you have a picture
These-
of all of them next to each other?
Well, this is the Taco Bell Nacho Fries Retrieval starring Josh Duhamel, James Marsden. And it says, when Taco Bell's Nacho Fries vanish, one man must go further than any man has gone before to bring them back. It's got a 7.5 out of 10 rating.
That's
This
quite
is a
good
Taco
rating.
Bell commercial?
Yeah, but it's a short film.
Who else is
I
in
would
this?
say. Then there's also Taco Bell Web of Fries 2. Nacho Fries are back once again, threatening to upend the big fries monopoly. Now the stage is set for an epic showdown between the burger people and a growing resistance of Nacho Fries loyalists, with the future of the fries hanging in the balance. Like you tell me that sounds bad?
Have you ever had the nacho fries?
No.
I-
Well, we have Fry Supreme in Canada, which is basically
I've never eaten a Taco Bell.
no.
You're
No,
lucky.
do you know what? They're not in the UK. Well, they are now. They're starting to pop up. But yeah, quite a new thing.
Yeah, Taco Bell is just.
You're gonna love
it's
it.
just what all you order at Taco Bell is in what delivery
Diarrhea,
method
right?
do you want your tortilla? So like,
guess.
do I want it as a crispy curved tortilla or a flat tortilla or wrapped? Everything else that goes on the inside is the same. They're all the same.
Okay. I'm just waiting for Demolition Man to come true, and every restaurant at Taco Bell.
Yeah. You know what? I used to love Taco Bell. I can't even bring it near my face without getting diarrhea anymore.
I've heard that's a thing. Yeah.
It rules, though. It does. I hate to say it. And those commercials, watch those commercials. They're fucking incredible. The
I'm gonna
production
be-
value is huge.
Amazing.
Cheese, do you have a gift?
I do. Yeah.
Do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
I can go
Okay.
first if you want.
Sure.
How do we want to do this?
I mean, I'm just going to hold mine up to the camera because
Okay, let's just hold it
I
up.
have it's a physical object.
Oh, mine is a picture that I drew.
Oh.
So this is called... There's a character I created called Spookum Fritz, which is Fritzy's ghost. It's basically just a ghost with a mustache, and this is called The Birth of Spookum Fritz. You can see he's under there dying on spikes, and the ghost is coming up, and behind it, it says, R.I. Penis. Let me hide my face so it'll go into... You see? Hashtag R.I. Penis.
So
that is good.
So he has a Spookum Fritz tattoo. In a previous show, he revealed his Spookum Fritz tattoo as his gift to me. He had got me as a ghost tattooed on him, and I can never win now. It's like that's the ultimate thing.
That is, isn't it? That's pretty sick.
I almost got a huge Charlie horse when I lifted my leg up like that. My hamstring started to go like this. Oh, fuck!
All right. So, I don't know if you know this, but recently, two things went into the creation of this. I'll give you a little backstory. One, the entire reason why this podcast exists is because Rody really wants one of the free Manscaped trimmers. And he's hoping to get us sponsored by Manscaped, and they'll send him a free trimmer. He's very, very much about shaving his nuts. And he also recently had his testicles removed.
That's right.
If you don't know how a vasectomy works, they cut a little slice in your scrotum, they pull your balls out, chop them off, they fall on the floor, then they sew up your scrotum, and, you've got this little scrotum wound. And so I thought, for a guy who really likes to shave his nuts and recently had a vasectomy, he could use something to soothe that area of his body. So I created a new product called Balm. Let me put it.
Oh, that's clever.
It's Balm, and it's for your nuts.
It's got a real ball bag on it as well. Look at that.
It's the B is the ball, and it's 2 L's.
Shouldn't the balls be bald?
No,
because it's for soothing them after a shave, isn't it?
Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to tell they were balls.
I might.
So so this is a balm. It's I'll open up the thing here.
What flavor is it?
It's like a coconut flavor. I use some of it myself, and it's great.
What did it use?
With that tin, do you just dip the balls
right
in and twist?
Just dunk it in there, give it a turn around,
and it'll get like the indentations in it, like the butter that you roll your corn in.
100%.
Yeah, a little bit like playing pool, right?
Yeah.
With your pool cue.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh yeah.
And also, you can use it in your hair. It's a really good pomade.
Okay.
So when you're done using it on your nuts, then you put it on your, get your...
So you could have a really well-groomed scrotum.
Yeah, super duper,
as well.
If you grow the hair long,
Use the nice coif of your scrotum hair, and you can use it on your head hair, and it's a good beard conditioner.
Holy.
So,
look, you are selling this hard. Like, it's a good product.
It is.
I like it.
I actually
he put a sticker on some fucking hairdo stuff. Like that's what he did. Let's not get fucking wrapped up in this story here. It's a beautiful story.
Google how much it would cost me to trademark Balm.
That is clever as fuck.
It's not cheap.
It is good. Is it not?
It's rather expensive to trademark something that, frankly, I don't know I have the ability to take to market. You know what I mean?
Couldn't you just... they always used to tell us that if you wanted to fucking copyright something...
Just mail it to yourself.
Mail it to yourself.
I'll have to do that.
Please do.
Or I'll just mail it to you.
You should do that with all your old demos and shit.
We thought about it, but we never did.
It was definitely one of those, wasn't it? Oh, we'll do that. Yeah.
Just going, we should do that for sure. Nah.
Just in case someone steals these tracks that we wrote when we were 14.
Yeah. In some case, someone's got a horrible idea just as the same as ours.
Now you don't really have to, though, right? Because you could just look at the date, time, create stamp on the file on your computer. And be like, I made this.
So you're going to have to make a digital balm.
I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
I'll have to write the recipe down and save it, and then.
There you go. Fuck paying money, man.
Yeah.
That's free.
Yeah. So there you go.
Oh, right,
so now you have
okay.
to choose the birth of the little ghost guy or testicle cream.
I'm going to stand on the fence a minute and say they're both great.
Thank you so much.
Both great. Both great. For the fact that the ball bag became the bee, I'm going to have to go for ball.
Fair enough. He's got...
That's 2 in a row.
Is that 2 in a... Well, I forgot to do one last
Yeah. So I won by default.
I'm
No
on a
one else
fucking...
to blame but yourself.
I'm on a losing streak.
I'm still down like 21-2.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
yeah, he
Oh, okay.
crushes me every time.
Yeah, well...
Yeah.
But I think it's
He's
also
just-
because the guests are
he's
just
due.
sucking up to him, mostly.
That's very true, actually, Peej. I appreciate your honesty and your bravery
I
in
know,
the
right?
face of favoritism.
Right? What you don't know is you'll never hear from Rody again. His feelings
Drop-
are
drop
so
him an email.
hurt right now that
When he
you're
gets
never
the
going to
email
hear
in
from
6 months' time for another
Yeah.
guest.
Oh,
Guest on
all
a track
over it.
again? No.
No.
Absolutely not.
Oh, fuck. So what's next for you guys? Dropping a track every Friday?
Drop a track every Friday. Yeah, we're just in and out of the studio now, just getting tracks ready. We're off to Australia now in September.
Oh.
Doing a week or so in Australia, which will be
Yeah, you're gonna have fun.
fucking- should be a good laugh.
Yeah.
Me and Stead are like fucking little girls when it comes to spiders and bugs, though. So we're shitting ourselves.
You're not going to see that
Oh, yeah,
shit,
you
don't
are.
worry.
100%.
See, this is the conflicting shit we keep getting, man. We keep getting someone saying, you won't see anything, and then Australians going, it's fucking terrifying, boys.
Yeah, but you'll see like those huntsman spiders. They're big and harmless.
A spider the size of a cat is going to climb on your face while you
fucking-
sleep.
Those huntsmen are fucking massive, man.
Oh, they're scary as hell. But they're
Yeah,
harmless.
fuck that. Oh, that's
Yo.
all right then.
I had a question.
Eat shit and go fuck yourself.
Yes! Nailed it. 100%.